Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Online Learning using the Online Learning System at the Academy for Private Duty Home Care, a live web conference for the premium members of the Academy. I'm Stephen Tweed, the founder of the Academy for Private Duty Home Care, and I'll be your moderator for today's web conference. Before we get started, a few details about the web conference. Since we have such a large group with us today, all of the phone lines will be muted. However, we'll be pausing several times to let you ask questions and have Jill Scott answer your questions. So if you'd like to ask a question, please go to the participant control panel on the screen and find the questions box in the lower section of the control panel. Type in your question and hit send. You can type in your question at any time, and when we break for questions, I'll read them in the order in which they were submitted and Jill can respond. Okay, let's get going. One of the biggest challenges facing owners of private duty home care companies and their office team members is having easy access to ideas, information, and education to grow the business and serve more clients. In January of 2013, Leading Home Care, a Tweed Jeffries company, introduced the online learning component of the Academy for Private Duty Home Care. This is a truly unique, industry-leading learning system, and it's designed to help you get the information you need in a way that is convenient for you. Our presenter for today's program is Jill Scott, the Manager of Member Services at the Academy for Private Duty Home Care. Jill has worked with Leading Home Care for the past year, developing the online learning program and coordinating the details of our live workshops, including our private duty field trips and our private duty mastermind groups. She's here to give you a guided tour through the online learning section of the Academy website. So please help me welcome Jill Scott.
Good afternoon, everybody, and so glad to have you with us to help you navigate our Academy for Private Duty Home Care website. And this will just be a brief walkthrough, and we can answer any questions. We just want to make sure that you all are able to find everything you're looking for when you come to the website. So to get us started, let's see if we can go to the next. This is the home page of our website, and what I will do is go out to our website and walk you through logging in and everything you need and show you where you need to find our videos and all that good stuff. So the first thing you want to do is go to the home page, privatedutyacademy.org, and up in the top right corner you find the purple My Account button. Click on My Account and then log in. Okay. Oh, maybe?
You got Jill Tweed up there instead of just Jill.
Oh, sorry.
You know it's secure. If you don't have the right email address, it won't work.
Okay, log in. Okay, and then to find the online learning part, which is what most people are looking for, you go to the online learning button on the left-hand column. And it brings up this page. At the top, you'll see a video, a welcome video that Stephen did, introducing the Academy and explaining what we have available. And as you scroll down the page, the next thing you'll see is the upcoming webinars that we have that are available to you as premium members at no extra cost. And if you click on one of those links, it will take you to the registration page. Right underneath those webinar listings, you will find a link to our recorded web conferences. And this is something I just added in the last month or so to help you find the recorded web conferences easier. So I'll click on that and show you what comes up. So here's the list of our recorded web conferences, and we have them in here alphabetically. So you can look through and find, oh, I missed the web conference on criminal background checks. So if you just scroll down here to the bottom, towards the bottom, 6 things you need to know about criminal background checks. If you click on that, what it'll do is take you to our YouTube channel and bring up the recorded web conference. And you can watch that. You can go back to it as many times as you want to or need to make sure you get all of the information. So And what that does is it opens a new window. So once you're done with it, you can just click it, and it'll take you back to the page that you were on. So let's go back to the main online learning page again and scroll down. Under the recorded web conferences link, you'll see the introduction video to the 27 elements of a highly effective home care company that Stephen did, and it just gives a little background information. And then we come to the bottom of the page where this is the 27 element matrix with all of the different topic areas. So if you click on any of these topic areas, the page will come up, and it will have the free video that everybody has access to is what you see at the top. And then if you scroll down, for competitive strategies, we have 1, 2, 3 webinars that we have done. So those are the recorded webinars, and if you click on those, it'll take you to our YouTube channel just like the other listing. So if you want to find a recorded webinar, you can find it either on the listing page that's right there on the online learning page, or you can click on the topic that the webinar would be under. So competitive strategies has 3. Some of the webinars may fall under a couple different categories. So that's why we made the listing as well. So if you know which one you're looking for, you can go and look in the alphabetical listing. But if you happen to want to look at information on scheduling, you can, click on scheduling, and up comes the free video. And then once we do a webinar on scheduling, we will add that video in the handouts as well.
So to clarify that, Jill, that means if the only thing that's up on that particular topic, like scheduling, is the free video, then that means we haven't done any live web conferences that have been recorded on that particular topic, but in the future, as we add them, then you'll post them to that page. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And then the other thing that I was thinking about as you were explaining it is for those people who are registered members of the Academy, when they go to the links on the matrix, they will only see the free video. If they want to see the recorded web conferences, they'll need to become a premium member.
Correct.
Okay.
Or they can purchase the recording in the store. But
okay.
Most bang for your buck is to become a premium member.
Okay, great.
So that is the online learning section. And at any time, if any of you have suggestions for topics that you want more information on, or suggested topics for upcoming webinars, please feel free to email me at jill@leadinghomecare.com, and Stephen and I will, make arrangements to get that information up there, and we'll also do our best to plug that topic into our upcoming webinars, which we'll be scheduling here, starting planning for 2014 here in the next few months. So the next section would be live workshops. So if you click on the live workshops button, and basically what's listed here are our upcoming workshops, our Serving More Clients workshops. We do have one coming up on October 25th in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I will hot link that this afternoon. We have finally have the approved registration page from ACHC, so that is where you will find that. And if it's an event that the Academy is hosting, I will put the discount code for premium members right in this little section after the date and the location, just so that you know where to find it. I also email it to you, but just in case you don't have it handy, I try to put it right there with that link to register. And then below the Serving More Clients workshops are the private duty field trip listings. So we do have another field trip coming up in November. And if you click on that registration link, it opens another window, takes you to the registration page, and you can register. Once you're done registering, you can click that tab, or you can close that tab, I'm sorry, and it'll take you right back to the page that on the Academy that you were on. We try to do that for everything so you don't lose track of where you were on our website. And the other thing I will point out to you is our Resource Associate page. If you go to Resources, come down to Resource Associates, and then that's where you will find all of the companies that we work with and recommend for our members to work with if there's a need that you have software or getting credited or something like that. I just realized I missed one thing in the online learning that is a big benefit to premium members. If you go to the online learning and go down to the matrix, if you go to the tracking results topic here, click on tracking results, and what you'll see listed here are all of our e-tools. And now these e-tools are available in our store for purchase by registered members or non-members, but we do make them available to you all at no extra cost. So we'll open up the Bad Hire Calculator for example, and I'll show you how that works. So I clicked on it. I'm in Google Chrome, so it automatically downloaded it to my toolbar at the bottom. If you open it, it's an Excel file, and there you go. So then you can save that to your computer and enter your data and go from there. And that's the same for all of those e-tools. Those are all downloadable files that you can save to your computer and use and modify as you see fit. And I think that is all for how the online learning and the live workshops work. So
take a moment, Jill, and just click on Mastermind Groups and tell our listeners a little bit about the Mastermind Groups.
Okay. The Mastermind Groups are groups of similar revenue. We have different revenue bases, and we are forming right now a $5 million club. Well, that's in finalization of forming at that point. We're meeting here in September. We're forming a $3 million club, and we're forming a private pay and home health care club. And how it works is we have a first, these are the interest pages right now. So once we get 10 companies that are interested in being a part of a mastermind group, you fill out the interest page, and once it's filled out, then we'll come together as a group and figure out a time and a place to have an organizational and formation meeting where all of the companies get together, go over what's involved with the mastermind group and all the requirements. And at that point, you can decide to stay in the group or not stay in the group. Everybody that stays in the group, which we hope is everybody, will then stay in contact throughout the year, meeting the different goals and stuff that you set forth in your organizational meeting. And then you'll also set dates for 2 or 3, depending on what the group wants, 2 or 3 other meetings throughout the year at dates and locations to be determined by the group as a whole. So there's no set geographical area for the groups. The only thing we want to make sure is we don't have anybody in the groups that are in competing areas. So it's first come, first serve on that. If it's somebody signs up in Louisville and then somebody else tries to sign up in Louisville, the first person that signed up is the one that will be entered into the group. So that's the only, I guess, technicality that we have with those groups is that you're in non-competing areas. Otherwise, it's by the revenue that your company makes annually. So does that answer the question for mastermind groups?
That does, yes. Thank you very much.
Okay. Let's see. And that's all I have just for walking through how the webinar or the website works in the online learning and live workshops. So
we do have one question here, and that is, okay, how do we access the copies of the slides when we're on the site to be able to have a copy in front of us while we're looking at the recorded webinar?
Okay. What I have done is in the matrix, and now I'll need to go back and update. Go to the online learning page, and then if you go down to the matrix, I'll show you. I know we had a webinar on competitive strategies, so we'll go back to that area. If you scroll down here, so here is the Crafting Your Uniqueness recorded webinar. Right underneath it, I have handouts for creating competitive advantage website or web conference. So if you click on that, that will bring up the PDF that we emailed out to everybody. So those are the presentation handouts. So what I did is I put the webinar first, the link to the webinar first, and then the link to the handouts next. and that'll bring up that PDF in another tab, and you can save that down and print it and make notes as you go along. I will make a note to myself to update the webinar listing page to match that as well, so the handouts will be right with on this page. I'll do the same thing. So under Building a Specialty Program, I'll insert a link to the handouts for Building a Specialty Program, if that makes sense.
It does, and what that suggests to me, Jill, is that this site is dynamic, it's always changing, and so our members need to come back regularly to see what new content is there under each of the topics, and we will be not only adding additional live web conferences, but we'll adding other short videos and other white papers and other tools related to the 27 elements on the matrix. So coming back frequently to check in for new information will be a good idea for all of our premium members.
Right. Yeah, we have 2 webinars a month, so the listing for the webinars is updated at least twice a month. I try to get those recordings up within a couple days, pending any technical difficulties. But I try to get those recordings up quick so that anybody that missed them can, watch them over the weekend or whenever you have a chance. So that is all I have, and I hope that helps everybody in terms of navigating through the Academy website and helping you, find what you are looking for in the videos and the recorded webinars, and where to sign up for upcoming webinars.
Well, let's see if any of our listeners have a question. If you have a question about navigating the website or using any of the resources from the Academy, go ahead and type those into your participant control panel right now and hit send, and I will read those questions to Jill as you send them in to us. One of the questions that comes up, Jill, is would any of this training count for CEUs?
I had somebody email me that today, and I was going to talk to you about that and see if there's a way we can, I don't know, I guess we'd have to research how to get our webinars to count towards continuing education. Is that?
Right. And that's a great question, and we have not explored CEUs in the last couple of years. A number of years ago, when the technology was around teleseminars, that is live telephone audio conferences, we did explore offering CEUs, and we found that the process for getting approved and accredited to offer those and the record keeping and the cost associated with that was relatively high for the number of people who specifically wanted CEUs. Now, what we did learn as a result of that was that many of our live teleseminars were of value to nurses and other licensed professionals. And so at Leading Home Care, we did go through the process of being certified by the Kentucky Board of Nursing to offer contact hour credits for nurses, and many other licensed professionals would accept those contact hours. And so nurses who participated in our conferences could get credit toward renewing their license. Because in private duty home care there are not as many nurses as on the home health and hospice side of home care, we've not had the request for nursing contact hours recently, but if there are those of you who are members of the Academy and you would like to receive nursing contact hours or contact hours that would be helpful for another licensed professional designation, please let us know and we can reactivate the nursing contact hours. As far as the general CEU, and there is an organization that manages the specific designation CEU or Continuing Education Unit. As I mentioned, the cost to do that was such and the requests were so few that we didn't think it was going to be economically viable to do that. So at this point in time, we do not offer CEUs, but if that's something that you're interested in, please let us know and we'll explore it again. If there are any other questions, I don't have any other questions at this point, Jill, from our listeners. So I think that we will wrap up this program and hope that all of you will come back on a regular basis to check in to the new contact information. So thank you for joining us. We hope this guided tour has been helpful. If you need more help or have questions, please feel to contact Jill by email. You can email jill@leadinghomecare.com or call 804-814-9098. Thanks for being a premium member of the Academy for Private Duty Home Care, and please let us know if there's anything we can do to support you in growing your business and getting ready for the future. Thanks for being with us.